unit test was done.
Okay, unit tests were done. Okay, any update on the half-yearly exams?
Uh, Sir,
No.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
I'm saying, is there any update on your half-yearly exams, mid-term exams?
Sir, after
No, sir.
Yeah,
excuse me,
Viraj.
sir, after summer vacation, they'll give us SE and PD2 exam. Term one exam in September.
Okay, syllabus you will be getting after the vacation will be over, Abhiraj,
Yes, sir.
for the term one
Yes, sir.
exams. Okay, right now you don't have any update. Okay. Okay, so we are going to continue with acid, bases, and salt from today's class. All right. Okay, Ayush, yeah, good that you have turned your camera on. Okay. Now, before we continue with this chapter, I have some general questions. Like, you must have eaten different kind of fruits, right? Different kind of food items we consume on a day-to-day basis. Different kind of vegetables, right? Some of them have a sour taste. Some of them have a bitter taste, right? Now, do you recall like
Yes.
what kind of fruits have a sour taste?
Sir, sir, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the fruit name. I think so. It will be
Like
sir
oranges.
guava.
Guava usually does not have a sour taste.
Oh,
Oranges, grapes. Yeah, Ayush, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Assalamualaikum,
Halima.
sir.
Morning, Slam. Yeah, Halima, try joining the class on time.
Sir, actually, I forgot, and the meeting, like
Oh,
I was not. Yeah.
okay, okay. You should eat almonds. Okay, eat almonds.
Sir,
Hmm. Okay, see.
actually, I don't like it.
Okay. See, we have started a new chapter today that is acid, bases, and salt. Has this chapter been started in your school? Uh-huh. This chapter, acid, bases, and salt, has it been started in your school, Halima?
Sir, no, in my school, heat is start.
Okay, that we have finished in the batch, by the way. Okay, see. So I asked a basic question that you guys must have eaten different kind of food items that must have had a sour taste. Like curd. Curd has a sour taste. A curd that is dahi. Yeah, volume slam, Salman. So curd has a sour taste. Salman, we have started this chapter acid, bases, and salt from today onwards. Okay, now. So we eat different kind of food items like lemon, oranges, grapes, right? Sometimes even mango has a sour taste, right? Or curd, they have a sour taste. Then we come across some kind of food item like bitter gourd. You guys know bitter gourd? Bitter gourd.
Yes, sir.
No?
It's very.
Okay.
I
So
know
that
it.
has a, you know about it. Okay. So like some of you guys, looks like you guys know, not everyone knows about it. Hmm? It is consumed here in India, but the place where you guys are living, it might not be a common vegetable over there. So let me show an image of this. You see, that is bitter gourd. So it has a bitter taste now. Bitter taste like
Very.
this one. See, this is the
sir,
bitter
we'll
gourd.
get here also.
It is available there also, no? Yeah, like it's not a rare
Sir, it
thing.
is available in Saudi Arabia also.
Oh, okay. I thought it is not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So some kind of food items have got a bitter taste, right? Now also, baking soda, right now it is added in the like it is added in the dough in order to make it fluffy, right now. We added in like some kind of food items to make it fluffy. So sometimes if you were to taste it, so it has a bitter taste. Or let's suppose we are taking a shower, and like if some soap particles were to accidentally go into our mouth, right now as we are taking a bath, sometimes what happens, accidentally a soap might go into our mouth or the shampoo, so then it gives a very bitter taste. Now it has a bitter taste, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So basically, there are some substances that have got sour taste. They are having a sour taste generally because they contain acid in them. Then there are some substances that have a bitter taste. Generally, they contain they are having a bitter taste because they contain bases in them. Then there are some substances that have got a salty taste. Obviously, like we use the common salt in the different food items. Right now, our food is incomplete without the salt, right? So salt has basically salty taste. It is neither sour neither bitter. So it is a very simple way to categorize the different items available around us. Getting it now? So that is one important
Yes,
thing.
sir.
Okay. Now the question is that, like, generally we can categorize something as acidic or basic by just tasting them, right? Now generally we can categorize, like we can take a substance, we can taste it, and then we'll be able to say whether it is acidic or basic. If suppose if it has a sour taste, it will be containing acid, but if it has a bitter taste, it will be containing base in it. Getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Right? But you know, it is not safe to taste everything. Some of the things can be dangerous for us. Some of the labs that some of the chemical substances that are used in the laboratories, in the chemical laboratories, in the factories, they can be highly toxic. They can be dangerous for us. So you cannot go on to taste it with your mouth. Your tongue will be burnt, right? We can suffer from some injuries. So thereby, in order to truly check whether a given substance is acidic or basic in nature, right? Or whether it's a neutral substance. So thereby we have got some substances called as indicators, right, Salman? We have got some substances called as indicators, which we use to check whether a given substance is acidic, basic, or neutral in nature. So after having learned about acids and bases and salt, we will be later on learning about the special type of substances with the help of which you can check if a given substance is acidic or basic in nature. Getting what I'm trying to say, Abhiraj, Halima, Ayush, and Salman.
Yes.
Okay. So the
Yes, sir.
chapter, let me tell you the content of the chapter first of all, the things we are going to be learning about. So first we will learn about acid and its properties. By the way, Salman, I did not got any update from you. Like, what's happening in the school right now? Which chapter is being taught?
So right now I have I'm in school. I have going has holiday.
Okay, holidays going on right now. What was the last chapter that was going on in the school?
Sir, heat.
Heat. Okay, okay. So we will learn about acid and its properties. Okay, na? Acid and its properties. Like you would have seen that if we take some acid and if we drop it over the surface, like if you were to drop it over the marble or tiles, then you would see that it will damage the surface of the marble or the tile. It basically corrodes it. It eats the surface of
Sir,
the. Salman.
sir, not heat. That motion and
Oh, motion and time was going on. Heat has been finished or not?
no, sir.
No. Okay. 1 minute. You guys give me 1 minute for you, Salman. Motion and time was going on. Okay. Prior to motion and time, acid, base, and salt was going on in your school, no, right?
No, sir. Before that chapter, physical change and chemical change.
Okay, so physical and chemical change. Okay, and nutrition in plants and animals, these two were also
Uh,
completed, no?
no, sir. In school, nutrition in plants only, and then acid,
Hmm.
base, and salt. Then physical change and chemical change. Then this motion and.
Motion and time. Okay, okay. Have you given any test in the school so far, Salman?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. P1.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. You have. And any update on the half yearly exams or the P2
Sir,
exam? PT2 exams will be first of all happening now.
No, sir.
No.
Actually, I have P1, then half yearly, then P2, then final.
Oh, okay. So none of the exams have been scheduled have happened so far.
Yes, sir. Direct half yearly.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, let's continue. So first we will learn about acid and its properties. Then we'll be learning about the types of acid. Like some of the acids are very strong, some of them are weak. Some of them are found in nature, but some of them are manufactured in the laboratories. Okay. Third, after this, we'll be learning about use of acids in our daily life. Then further, we will learn about base and its properties. What are the different types of bases we are going to learn about? Okay. Types of bases, like some of them are weak, and like for example baking soda, it contains a base in it, right? Now soap or the shampoo, they also contain base in them. Getting it? Then base is also used to manufacture cement. Getting it? So there are some bases that are weak, right? They do not cause harm, but some of the bases are very strong in nature. Getting it? They are highly corrosive in nature. Should be learning about that. Also we would be learning about use of bases in our daily life, like the toothpaste that we use, the soap, the shampoo, the cement that is used to manufacture buildings, right? These things. Also the paint that is used to whitewash the wall. Whitewashing of the wall, you understand now, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Good. So we'll be learning about those things, where we'll be learning about use of bases. Then later we'll be learning about salt. Okay. Uh, Particularly in this, we'll be learning about neutralization reaction, in which an acid and a base will be reacting together, right? An acid and a base will be reacting together. Also under the salt, we'll be learning about salt and its types. Salt can also be of different types. Normally, you
Sir,
are aware of only the edible salt used in the food. Yeah, Sulman?
sir, in my one
Mm-hmm.
batch class, no, one-to-one class, you took this
Mm-hmm.
chapter, right? Acid, base, and salts.
Mm-hmm.
So we finish. For me, it is a finish.
Yeah, but it was only 2 classes. Getting it?
Okay.
And there we had actually tried to wrap it up in a given period, in a short period of time. But here in the batch, we'll be learning each and every topic in detail. Although in the extra class also, I actually tried to taught everything in detail. Okay, but here we'll be doing more and more questions particularly. Okay, na Salman. So your attendance here is also important. Okay. So we'll be learning about neutralization reaction, and we'll be learning about neutralization reaction in everyday life. Uh, Sometimes you would have seen that your father or like your mother or like some elder in your family might be suffering from some digestive issue. Like issue is not very common to kids. That's why I'm saying that. Some elders usually suffers from digestive issue. Like they'll be suffering from acidity. Then you would have seen taking them some antacids, like they will take milk of magnesia or like some other antacids. Eno is very popular, right? Halima,
Yes.
right? So what actually happens? There's a acid reflux in our stomach. Excessive amount of acid is secreted in our stomach, right? And sometimes that acid can go into our food pipe, and that gives a burning sensation in our chest. In order to get relief from that, we basically consume the medicines that contains a base. So a reaction takes place in our stomach, and hence we get relief. Once we reach there, we'll be learning about that in detail. I'm just giving a brief explanation for the context. So we'll be learning about neutralization reaction and neutralization in daily life. Finally, after this, we'll be learning about the indicators, the substances with the help of which we can check whether a given substance is acidic, basic, or neutral in nature. So let's start the chapter. Sorry. See, these substances usually, like vinegar that is used in the kitchen, then lemon juice, battery acids, and soda. These are the common examples. These are the examples of substances that contains acids in them. Then examples of substances that we use at our home, like baking soda, ammonia, soap, borax. Right now, borax is basically used to make washing powder. I'm getting it. So these substances contains bases in them, and they have a bitter taste. They have a bitter taste. Getting it?
Yes. Sir, what's meaning of baking soda?
Baking soda is basically like it's sodium. It's a chemical substance. It's basically sodium bicarbonate, but we usually use it in the baking industry. Baking industry, like biscuits and the breads, like cakes and pastries are being made in the baking industry now. So since it
Yes,
is
sir.
most commonly used in the baking industry, right? When it is added to the dough, you understand it, dough, dough, right?
Yes,
So when it
sir.
is added to the dough becomes fluffy because carbon dioxide gas is released when baking soda is added over there. Okay, no? So since it is commonly used in the baking industry, so hence it is called as baking soda. Okay. We're going to learn about each and every topic, but in a sequence. Okay, no? Because if you pick a topic randomly from anywhere, like it will be a bit confusing. Okay. So first of all, talking about acids. A general definition of acid is that they are the substances that have a sour taste and are corrosive in nature. So sour taste we understand, but what does corrosive in nature mean? That see, if we take some amount of acids, let us suppose we take lemon juice. Like lemon contains acid in them right now. It contains particularly an acid. Lemon contains an acid called as citric acid in them. Getting it? Citric acid is found in it. Okay. Now, if I were to take a metal object, okay, if I were to take a metal object like an object made up of iron, okay, now, and in that metallic object, or let us suppose I have basically taken a metal container. What I have taken a metal container, okay, now, let us suppose.
Yes.
Now, in this metal container, if I were to store this lemon juice, so after 1 or 2 weeks, I will see that the surface of the metal object will get corroded. Right now, it will get corroded. Like it is kind of eaten by the citric acid, being eaten by the lemon juice. So what has happened here? Acids have the corrosive property, like they are corrosive in nature. They eat the surface of the metallic objects or the surfaces in which they come in contact with. Also, suppose there is this acid called as hydrochloric acid. Like hydrochloric acid, that was earlier like it was used to clean the bathroom tiles, like to clean the bathroom. This hydrochloric acid was used earlier. Okay, you might have seen it being sold in the market. If you went to the grocery store, you might have seen this. Like it is sold in the bottles and has a yellow color. Getting it, Halima, Abhiraj? Where is Salman?
Yes, sir.
You're there, na? Yeah. So if sometimes if that were to be dropped on the, let us say, on the marble, right? If some amount of the acid has been dropped on the marble, so the surface over which it has been dropped, it gets damaged. Right now, it gets damaged. It becomes a bit rough. Getting it what I'm saying? Why? Because it eats away the surface. It corrodes the surface. So hence it is called as corrosive in nature. Also, accidentally, if some amount of acid, particularly if that acid is strong in nature, if it were to be dropped on our skin, so it will burn our skin. It damages the skin, right? So that's why acids are not only sour but are corrosive in nature also. Is that much clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
That's the thing. In fact, there's a very famous story of a person who escaped from prison. Who escaped from prison. So what happened? How he escaped now? There were some iron bars in the window. There were some iron bars in the window like this. Getting it?
I
So
know, sir.
you know about this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the
Yes,
size of the
sir.
window was big enough to allow him to escape. Okay. So like in his breakfast or like as a food, like in his breakfast or dinner, I'm not sure, but he used to get sausages, right? Now, and sausages contains acids in them, right? Getting it? He used to get some kind of sausage and that had some acid in them. So he used to daily apply some amount of sausage to these iron bar. Getting it? And over the period of like many years, those iron bars were slowly corroded. They got corroded, and eventually, like one day, he broke them and he managed to escape. Getting it, Ayush, Abhiraj, Halima, and Salman?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
So
I know this
acids.
story.
You have heard of this story?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good, good. Okay. Now, one more thing about the acid is that some of them are highly corrosive in nature. Like some of them are very strong. They are so strong that they can dissolve metallic objects in them. Getting it? Now they can dissolve objects made up of metal. While some of them are very weak. Like how are we able to consume lemon? The lemon contains an acid also, like citric acid, but it's a weak acid. Grapes contain acids. Milk also contains some amount of acid. Curd contains acid. So those are actually the weak acids. On the other hand, you have some strong acids like nitric acid, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid. Okay, these are highly corrosive in nature. They are very strong in nature. Okay, but now the question is that generally in the definition, like it is mentioned that substances that taste sour, getting that taste sour. So we cannot go on to taste every substance in order to determine whether they are acidic or basic in nature. Getting it? Yeah. So we cannot go on to taste every substance now, because if we suppose we are to check a substance and that happens to be highly acidic in nature, right? Just to check if it tastes sour or not. So then it will burn our tongue. If someone accidentally swallows it, it can burn their food pipe and the stomach can be burnt. It will be damaged. So hence it's not a wise thing. That's why people came up with a different kind of indicators. Basically, those are the substances, chemical, these are the substances that when comes in contact with acids and bases, they change their color. So one of the indicators is litmus paper. One of the indicator is litmus paper. Now litmus paper comes in two color. One is the blue one, another is the red one. Okay. So if a blue litmus paper is dipped into the acid, its color turns into red. What the acids do? They turn blue litmus paper to red. Right? So that is how I can check if a substance is acidic in nature. If I have dipped a blue litmus paper in the given solution and the color of the litmus paper, as you can see here, it has turned red, right? It has turned red. So thereby the given solution is an acid. Is that much clear to everyone? If there's anyone who has a doubt, please tell me. Halima, getting it now? Abhiraj, Ayush,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good enough.
Okay. Further, there are some common examples like orange juice contains acid, curd, vinegar, hydrochloric acid. All of these are some acids. Now, further types of acids. See, acids can be categorized into two types. Okay, no? They can be categorized into two types. One is the strong acid, another is the weak acid, basically. Or we can basically say the strong acids are also called as like mineral acids. We'll be calling them as mineral acids. Okay, no? Yeah, that's the thing. So further we have weak acids, or we also call them as organic acids. Organic acids. Next, we have got the mineral acids, or they are the strong acids. Strong acids. Yeah. Halima, you're saying something? Yeah, exactly. Strong acids, or we also call them as mineral acids. And we also know them by one more name, that is inorganic acids. All of them are basically the same thing, right? All of them are strong, basically. Like they are different names, but the same thing, referring to the same thing. Now, talking about the weak acids or organic acids. See, these weak acids or organic acids are mainly the naturally occurring acids. They are found in various types of plants and animals. Okay, like acetic acid, formic acid, citric acid, lactic acid, etc. Right? Like talking about the acetic acid, it is found in vinegar. You know about sirka? Sirka or vinegar?
Yes.
You guys know about that, right? It is added into the vegetables, into different food items. It is added. So they are naturally occurring, found in the edible substances usually, or like found in the animals and in the plant matter. Okay, Ayush and Salman, you guys also turn your cameras on. Okay, Salman, you turn your camera on. If you guys, when you guys keep your cameras on, then I get to see that you guys are paying attention to the class. Okay, otherwise I don't know whether someone is playing a game. Like you can open some other tab in your computer, you can be playing game at that time. Yeah, some of the kids
Yes, sir.
actually do that. Okay. Hmm. But in my batch, I know that you guys are good kids. You guys are serious towards your studies. So I don't think anyone does that kind of thing in the class. Okay. So they are the naturally occurring acids. Let me give you some examples of that. So first, also just take a look at this image over here. See, vinegar, right, contains acetic acid. Apple, malic acid. Milk, lactic acid. Tomato, oxalic acid. Grapes, the ant and this. Okay, I'm giving you 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, na? Okay. Like take 3 to 4 minutes. Memorize these acids and the source of these acids, like in what kind of food items they are found. Okay, I'll be asking some question from this. By the way, milk and curd, both of them contains lactic acid. Milk contains less amount of lactic acid, but curd contains more amount of lactic acid. Okay, no. Hmm. Also, this food item that you see over here, no, on the right side, it contains ascorbic acid. Okay, no, it contains ascorbic acid. Okay, we call this as avla, no? Avla, it contains ascorbic acid. Getting it? That's
Sir,
the thing
that's
over here.
kind of taste.
That's gooseberry basically.
Yeah.
Gooseberry, or like we generally call this as amla or like avla. I don't know exactly what exactly is the name, but amla or avla is something. Hmm? Yeah. So it contains ascorbic acid is found in it. So all these acids that you are seeing over here, all of these are the weak acids. Weak acids, or you can call them as organic acids. Same thing. Plus also like they all are naturally occurring also. Yes, I have given you guys some time to memorize all this. Halima, pay attention here. So memorize this quickly.
Ugh. Sir, but how we can eat ant?
Okay. See, I'm not saying that all of them are edible. They are naturally occurring. Okay. Even by the way, if you have seen that how can we eat ant, you know there are actually some tribal people living here in India and in different parts of the world who would actually be making what do we call that? Like a sauce of ant, right? They would actually be collecting the ants, they would be crushing it, and they would be actually consuming it as food. They actually do consume it, and in fact, they are being sold also. Getting it now? Saying that
Yes, sir.
some tribal people consume ant. Okay, no, they consume ant. That's the thing. And ant, like, it's a good source of antioxidants. Yeah.
So like they eat also.
They eat this actually. Right now, particularly the red weaver ants are commonly eaten by the tribal people. The red weaver ants are commonly eaten actually. Okay, in fact, you know, I happen to have watched some videos related to this thing a few months ago, right? So in some parts of India, like tribal communities in India, they would be consuming ants. Okay, as part of their diet, they consume it. Okay, so that's the thing. In fact, in particular in parts of Odisha, you know about Odisha, right? It's a state in India. So some tribal
Yes,
people
sir.
in Odisha, they consume it, and even it has got a GI tag also. It has got a GI tag as well.
So
Okay,
what should you GI tag?
GI tag, it's kind of like it's kind of a recognition. Getting it? GI tag is basically like it gives you a kind of recognition. It identifies the product originating from a given area. Okay, no? So that is the
Yes,
thing.
sir.
Okay, I'm going to change the slide after 1 minute. Okay, you guys have 1 more minute left. Okay, time's up. Yeah.
Uh,
So I will be asking specific questions to you guys. Okay, now, and to whom the question will be asked, they will only be answering. Okay. So starting with let's start with who will be going first. Let's start with you, Ayush. Okay. So Ayush, you tell me, ant contains which acid? Ant sting contains which acid?
Yes, sir.
Don't know? Okay.
No, I know, sir.
sir,
One.
Okay, Abhiraj, you tell me
Sir,
that
formic acid.
formic acid. Good. But you should try to answer instantly, okay? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Abhiraj, you tell me, curd and sour milk contains which acid? Curd and sour milk contains which acid? Mhm. Okay.
Sir, it is like lactic something else.
Okay, Salman, what were you saying?
The lactic acid.
Lactic acid. Good. Okay, Abhiraj, it contains lactic acid. Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay, now
Sir, I
Halima,
said right.
yeah, you also said good. Good. Okay. Then Halima, you tell me, vinegar or sirka contains which acid?
Sir, as
Acetic acid. Okay. Acetic acid. Okay. Grapes, like unripe grapes, contain which acid? Salman, you tell me. Grapes contain which acid? Like tamarind also contains that acid in it.
Sir, tartaric.
Tartaric acid. Good. Okay. Now, Abhiraj, you tell me. Tomato contains which acid?
Uh,
Mhm.
sir, tomato contains
Tomato. Yeah.
tomato.
It's
Sir,
like oxalic acid.
Yes, sir, oxide.
Okay. Okay. Now, Halima, you tell me apple contains which acid? Anyone? Malic acid. Yeah, malic acid. Good. Okay. Then amla. Amla or gooseberry. Same thing. Locally, it is called as amla. So it contains which acid? Anyone?
Sir, can I say
Yeah, go on.
aspartic
Sir, it is
acid?
As ascorbic acid, right? No, ascorbic acid over here, right? Okay. So vinegar contains acetic acid, apple malic acid, milk or sour milk or curd contains lactic acid and formic acid, grapes tartaric acid, tomato oxalic acid, lemon citric, and then gooseberry or amla ascorbic acid. Okay. Now coming back to this particularly like formic acid, right now. See, whenever we get bitten by an ant, right? So the sharp pain that is caused by the sting of an ant, it is actually due to the formic acid that is pushed into our skin during the sting, pushed into our skin when we get bitten by the ant. So that is the reason behind the sharp pain. Okay. And when we rub baking soda over the ant bite, right now when baking soda is rubbed over the ant bite, then we get relief from it, isn't it? Baking soda is a common household compound. Yeah, Ayush? Yes, you're
Sir,
saying
you
something?
said whenever and bite us, it will get so much strength. In olden times, they used to the like technology was not good.
Last line
Like
repeat
they
again. Last line repeat again. Come a bit closer to the mic. Like
Okay, so I was saying that the in the olden times you said that whenever ant biters okay it will get so much like pain. And in olden times that technology were not there. Like whenever like they get the like skin cut on their skin, so that time they were taking the ant and like putting that cutting their heads and let them bite their own like injury and something. I don't know about that name. What was the name they called?
okay, I got it. What you're trying to say. Okay. You must have
Yes,
watched
sir.
some videos on it. Okay, even I have watched those videos. See, basically you're saying that
Yeah.
they were used to carry out stitching, right? That's what you're trying
Yes.
to say,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting thing you have mentioned here. See, basically, in the like nowadays we can stitch the wound now, right? We can stitch the wound. Doctors would be performing a small surgery. They would be stitching the wound by the help of some special tools, right? But back in the day when modern surgical equipments were not available, so then by the help of the head of the ants, the small stitches could be done. Getting it now? Like they would be
Yes.
attached to the skin and they will act as a natural stitch until the wound used to heal sufficiently. Getting it now?
Yes,
Even
sir.
now, people that are living in the dense jungles, dense forests, right now, they will also be using the same method. Getting it now? They will also be using the same method. Okay, now let me get some. Okay, if I get some images related to this, now I will be showing this to you guys in the next class. Okay, thereby you will be able to understand like what exactly we're discussing. Like you know that this is the, suppose if I were to draw the head of the ant, so it kind of looks like this now. Kind of scary, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like this. Suppose so this the head of the ant contains these razor sharp teeth. They contain razor sharp teeth. So suppose there's a wound on our skin, like there's a cut on our skin. So now the doctors would be stitching it now. They would be stitching it like this, getting it. So now like people who are living in the jungles who don't have a stitching tools, what they can do, they can basically take the ant and they will make them bite over this part. So thereby they would be biting it, and as they will be biting it, so they will kind of hold the cut skin together. They will hold the cut skin together. So in this manner, they can actually help in stitching it. Let me see if I can get some relevant images. Okay,
Sir, does
repeat. Yeah, it will obviously be hurting the person, right now, because they are getting like bitten by it, no? You look over here, see, that's not the exact image I was looking for, but that should be enough to make you understand. See how the head, how uh, the teeth of the ant is holding the skin in the place. Suppose if there was a cut over here, getting it, like suppose there was a cut like this over here, okay, like this. So we will be basically taking the help of this ant, and it will hold the skin in its place like this. Getting all of you know, right? Okay, let's move to the topic that we were discussing here.
Sir, they used to do this now also in St. Iceland in India.
Oh, even now it is used in some parts of the world, right? Okay, so that's the thing.
Yeah,
So
St. is dangerous
nature.
Iceland in the world.
Oh, okay. Sentinel Island, are you mentioning? North
Yes,
Sentinel.
sir.
Okay. See, so these are some of the organic acids, right? Now, these are some of the organic acids that are found in different edible substances and also found in the ant testing. So let me write down some of them. So we have got acetic acid, formic acid. Also about the formic acid, I say that formic acid is found present in the ant sting, and the sharp pain that is caused by the sting of an ant, it is because of the formic acid, right? That is being pushed into our skin when we get bitten by them. Now, further, the question is like, how do we get cure from this? Right now, how do we get relief from this? So, what we can do, we can take a pinch of baking soda from the kitchen. We will basically moist it, mix it in water, and basically rub it over the area where you have been bitten. So you will get relief from the pain. Got it, Halima, Abhiraj, Salman, and Ayush?
Yes, sir.
So lactic acid is also an example. Malic acid,
Mm,
ascorbic acid, then citric acid. Then you have got oxalic acid, and you had one more, that is tartaric acid. So all these are examples of weak acids, organic acids, or naturally occurring acids. Okay, no? So they are all weak, right? So that's why we see that like we can we can eat oranges or drink orange juices which contain natural acids, right? We can consume lemon juice because it contains organic acid or natural acid which does not harm us. But on the other hand, we have mineral acids, the acids that are prepared from the minerals of the earth, right? From the chemicals present on the earth, right? They are also known as, inorganic acids and laboratory acids also sometimes, because they are used in the science laboratory to perform different experiments. So although there's a long list of the mineral acids, but I will be giving you examples of only three, which are the most common mineral acids. So first you have got hydrochloric acid. Second, you are having sulfuric acid. And the third one, you are having nitric acid. Nitric acid. Make sure you guys memorize the names of these, okay? Now, and you know that we also use the mineral acids in our daily life. For example, this hydrochloric acid, where is it used? Remember moments ago, like a few minutes ago, I was giving you one example where I say that some of the acids are used to clean the bathroom, right now, or used in cleaning the
yes, sir.
kitchen sinks. A bathroom sanitary ware like wash basin and toilet seat can be cleaned using this. Okay. But although nowadays like better options are available which are much safer, because acid obviously comes with some problem, like handling the acid could be a bit problematic right now if it is spilled, so it can cause some harm. So hydrochloric acid is used there now in used in cleaning the kitchen sink, bathroom sanitary ware like the bathroom like wash basin and the toilet seat. So that's the hydrochloric acid, right? Sulfuric acid, later on you will get to know that it is used in making the batteries for the cars, buses, and even for trucks and inverters. Then nitric acid, it's a very strong acid, right? And it is used by goldsmiths. Goldsmith, you understand now, right? The one who would be making jewelry from gold and from silver. So in order to clean the gold and silver ornaments, silver jewelries, they will be using nitric acid. Okay. So far, some of the properties of acids we had learned about, right now. One of the properties
Yes,
we
sir.
learned that they are sour in taste. Second, we learned that they are corrosive in nature. Third, we learned that they turn blue litmus into red color. They convert them into red color, right? That was one of the property. There are some other properties of metals also, but that you'll be learning in your upcoming classes, particularly in the 9th and the 10th grade. So these are the common properties of acids. We also had just learned about the types of acids also. Now suppose you're handling the acids, like you are working in the chemistry lab. Suppose you have in the future you become a lab assistant, or let us suppose that you're working in the chemistry lab. So you'll be dealing with some chemical substances, right, Ayush? Right, Salman, Abhiraj, and Halima.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, in order to work with the acids, you need to wear the safety gloves, safety spectacles, shoes, gloves, etc. Right? That's the first thing. Then you might be required to dilute an acid, meaning that if you are provided with a strong acid and you are being asked to make it weak, so thereby I need to add water to it. Basically, water has to be mixed into the acid in order to make it weak, to dilute it. Diluting acid means that adding water to it. Okay, now? If suppose a small amount of strong acid is given, by adding water into it, it can be made weak. Got it? What I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But the question is that what should be the manner of addition of water? How do we add the water? Should we add water to acid like here in this image you're seeing? We take a jug of water and directly pour it over the acid, or we should gently drop by drop add acid to water and keep stirring the water. So actually we should never ever add water directly to acid. Listen carefully to the statement. Ayush, pay attention here. Halima,
Yes, sir.
Salman, you guys turn your cameras on. I should not have to repeat the basic information every time and in every class now.
Sorry, sir. My
Sorry,
camera
sir.
was by mistake.
Okay, no worries. So we should not add acid to water. Never ever add acid to water. Why? Because if you do so, there will be a highly exothermic reaction. I mean to say, in simple words, lots of heat will be given out and it will be explosive reaction. Okay. So when I was in your class, I might have told you guys this thing in the next in some of the class maybe. So when I was of your age in your class, then I knew that we should not add acid. We should not directly pour water to the acid. But out of curiosity, let's see what will happen. So what I did. Also, one should never do this at home. Never ever do this at home. Okay, now, if someone does this, like it will cause injury. It will cause harm to them. Okay, so one should never do this. So what I actually did now, I took some acid in a small glass beaker. Okay, and from some distance, like from 4 or 5 feet away, I spilled some water over it. And you know what happened? The glass beaker in which that acid was kept, it basically exploded. It broke into pieces. Getting it? So one should never add acid to water. But the correct method of diluting an acid is to gently drop acids drop by drop into the water and keep stirring it. That's the right method. Got this much?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes,
your
sir.
leg got injured?
No. Fortunately, I did not got injured. Okay, no, like I had some like there was some wall or something in front of me because of which I was protected. Like I did not got injured. Although what happened, like if I would have been standing right next to it, then for sure I would have been injured. Okay. So what happened, like the glass beaker in that in which I have stored the acid, that basically exploded. It broke into pieces. So one should not never ever try such thing. Okay, let's do some questions. So which acid is found in vinegar according to this chapter or generally as we have discussed?
Sir, can I
Sir,
say?
acetic.
Okay.
C1.
Okay, what about
Which
you,
acid
Viraj?
is involved in an ant bite?
Hmm. So for the first one, it is acetic acid, correct? Next one,
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
for
formic acid.
Formic
it's
acid.
C.
Hydric
Formic.
acid.
Sir.
formic
C,
acid.
sir.
Well done. So that is
Formic.
formic acid. Okay,
Oh,
good. Now talking about the uses of acid. See, there's a long list of use of acids. Okay, now it has so many uses. Like citric fruits that we consume. Citric fruits are good source of vitamin. Citric fruits contain good amount of vitamin C particularly in them.
Yeah.
Like if your body is lacking vitamin C, the doctor would recommend you to eat oranges, grapes, etc. So that is one of the use of acids. Like it is found in the edible substances and we consume it. It is good
Sir,
for our body. Yeah.
sir, my brother loves lemon.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, but excess of everything is bad. If something is
Yeah.
eaten in excessive quantity, that will actually do harm rather than doing good. Because it should be eaten in regulated manner. Okay. See, sulfuric and nitric acid is used in industrial production. Where exactly? See, sulfuric acid is used to manufacture paint and also used in the car batteries. Okay, in the car batteries, there it is used.
Yeah.
Second, we have use of acids. Like you must have seen, like your mom might have made pickles, right? Now, sometimes your mom
Yeah.
must have made pickles, right? So when she makes pickle, she must have added lemon in it, right? Now, she must have added lemon, or might have added vinegar or sirka, right, Salman? She must have added sirka or vinegar basically. So lemon contains citric acid and it actually helps in food preservation methods. Like if you have to preserve the food for longer duration of time, you want to prevent it from being spoiled. So then citric acid basically found in the lemons can be added. Okay. Many of the soft drink contains phosphoric acids or carbonic acid in them. Although soft drink is not good for your health, you should actually try to consume them. Okay, now these contain carbonic acid in them or phosphoric acid in them, and when you consume them, right, it is bad for your teeth, right? It harms your gums. Other than that, it harms your organs also. Getting it, Halima, Ayush, Abhiraj, and
yes,
Salman?